Hey guys, are you an avid gamer or just love to try out gaming products? So today, let me bring you to a series of products from a brand you probably haven't heard of. But before that, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our videos. Today, I have the VT950 mouse and the V820 keyboard by Rapoo. So jumping straight into the mouse, the clear unique difference of this mouse versus the ones in the market is obviously its ergonomic design. So you can see in the middle portion here, there's a little customizable OLED display. Before I get more detail into the display, let's talk about the mouse in general first. So the VT950 runs dual mode with a 2.4 GHz wireless technology, and it also runs in a wired mode. The mouse still uses a micro USB wire, and in terms of weight, this mouse weighs 137 grams and has a magnetic weight attached to it. So I don't find the mouse too heavy and I'm good with the weight. Even with the weight, it still feels light enough for me to move around. So the weight is also easy to detach and attach, which is super great. So all you need to do is actually just press at the tab here and it will pop out easily. Similarly, it's also easy to attach as it is also magnetic. So in terms of buttons, the mouse offers 11 programmable buttons, including the scroll up and scroll down buttons, where you can actually assign functions to it. Unfortunately, I feel the placement of the button is a little bit odd as it is located slightly much lower, but it doesn't really hinder any performance. So good news is that this mouse is also good for your left-handers because of its symmetrical shape. So there's buttons on both left and right side, but I do notice that when I do want to set any settings in my game, for example Valorant game, the left and right mouse actually works the same. So meaning I can't set like the left top button for another skill and the right side for another. So they basically appear as one button, but for desktop settings, each button can actually be set to work differently. So in terms of CPI, it offers from 50 CPI up to 16,000 CPI. So I don't really think anyone will use up to 16,000 CPI, so I don't feel the need for such high sensitivity, but overall the mouse also has programmable RGB lighting and also the battery life is pretty good. So it can last for about 10 hours per usage. For me, while in-game, I also do notice that there's no lag or sudden disconnections in-game, which gives me a very smooth gaming experience. So the accuracy of the clicks are also great and making the experience a lot more worthwhile. So now back to the middle OLED display. It's a pretty cool touch to this mouse. On default, it's programmed to display the CPI of the mouse, but through the software, you can actually program it to show your APM and even display custom drawn or BMP images. However, it's actually located in the middle, which means that when you grip the mouse, you don't actually get to see what's on screen. So I tried using BMP images on it, and basically its function is just to display the basic mode of the mouse. So there's also no color on this screen, so everything appears black and white. Lastly, for the software, it has all the required features for a gaming mouse, especially with button function customization and also macro RGB settings and setting up on the OLED display. So there's also this cloud sync function, but I have not been trying it since I'm just using it on one laptop. All in all, the pros of this mouse is that it is easy to use even without the software. So the tracking and the clicking feedback is super smooth and the build quality is actually pretty good. So look-wise, it does definitely stand out more in the market compared to the other mice on the market. So now let's talk about the keyboard. So the keyboard actually works only in wired mode. For me, I've been using wireless keyboards quite a long time, and I do find that the wire slightly is a hassle, but it does not really affect the experience. So for the size wise, this keyboard comes with 109 keys and has a palm rest. It can be quite large and definitely only good for stay-at-home desktops. So its size is 47 cm length and 21 cm width and also a 4 cm height. So you may use quite a large desk space to accommodate this keyboard as it is quite a full keyboard. So the particular model we have on hand here is the blue switch. The keys are durable with double color injection molding keycaps. So the backlight actually shines through nice enough for me. So I find that the sound is also very refreshing and crisp, but not too noisy at the same time. So I do notice that the keys are a little bit compact, so so it feels a bit too cramped and easy for me to press the wrong button. But typing wise, I still feel that it's quite smooth to use, and also when you type, and also for when you're using for gaming experiences. But it does have the conflict-free key function where you can actually key in any numbers of keys simultaneously and it will still register correctly. So this keyboard comes with RGB backlight with adjustable brightness. So it has 12 light modes to choose from. All you need to do is actually click on the top right button here, and the FN plus up and down button actually allows you to adjust the brightness, while the FN with the left and right button on your keyboard actually allows you to adjust the respiratory frequency. So the software was a little bit hard to find, but with the software it actually gives you some more customization opportunities such as key binding, and other than that, there's nothing much else to customize, which is a little bit down point on it. So while in game, there's also the 5 buttons G1 to G5 keys available for macro use on the left side here. However, when you're trying it on games such as Valorant or Dota, I actually noticed that the buttons actually link back to your F1 to F5, or it can be undetectable, which is a little bit different than what I expected. So you might also need to keybind it to your F1 to F5 keys first, then only it will appear as those buttons in the game. So I don't find it exceptionally made my game life a lot more easier, but I do feel that the F1 to F12 button is a little bit far for me to reach out, so it's a little bit helpful in that sense. So it also has these 4 other buttons on the top right of the number keypad, which consists of the Windows lock, num lock, caps lock, and also the scroll lock. So on the first look, you might think it's actually functional, but it actually only works as an indicator when you turn on any of these locks. So overall, the keyboard with the metal cover and the attached palm rest for the ease of typing and elevation of the keyboard, and also its design is super durable. So the keys are also a nice smooth matte touch, which I personally like. So it's also sweat proof and dust proof, thus I do like the keyboard keys feel when I use it. So all in all, if you are looking for a new gaming mouse and also a keyboard which is simple to work for you, I do recommend trying out these 2 products from Rapoo. So the product design is quality fits premium to touch, and actually the accuracy of the clicks and the key in along with the speed is really good. So that's all from me today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you soon in the next videos. Bye!